Hi, everybody. Let me show you how to download files from the course website or from the GitHub repo. Specifically, we'll focus on Jupyter files. So this is going to be important in this first week when you need to download Practical A. Okay, and if you click Practical A, you get to the GitHub repository associated with the course. Now you get to the specific file, which is Practical A basic tools.ipynb. This suffix of a file .ipynb means that it's a Jupyter notebook. However, you cannot download this file directly by doing something. Do not do this, such as save page as. Because if you do this, what you're going to do is you're going to save this whole page, which also includes supporting information about this file. It's not the Jupyter notebook itself. So there are basically three ways in which you can download this Jupyter notebook. Let me show them to you one by one. I'll start with the way which we recommend in week one. Okay. So the thing to do is to click on this, as I just did, and that puts you in the course repo. Okay. You would have also gotten to here just from the course website. If I go to the course website and I go to GitHub repository for the course material, that is the base of the course repo. Okay, so you have a README of the course repo, and that's a course repo. You will learn more about Git and GitHub as the course progresses. Now, if you click on this code on the top right here, on the arrow going down, then ideally you would clone the repo, but let's not speak about that just yet. What you can do is you can download zip. Once you do this, you don't just download the single file which we had in mind, but you download a zip folder that has the whole repo. And here I'm on a Mac, I'm going to open my downloads folder. Here it is. I think this is the one. Oh no, sorry, this is the one. I'm going to double click it. That's the zip file. And it gets unzipped. And you could do this slightly different on Windows or on Linux. And here I have the folders. So the folders which I have here are exactly the folders here. And the file we had in mind is in the folder Practicals Jupyter, and we were looking for Practical A basic tools.ipynb. Okay, Practicals Jupyter, let me open it here. Practical A basic tools.ipynb. Okay, so by downloading the zip folder of the repo, we've downloaded this specific file and the rest of the files as well. Probably no harm done. Now, the better way to do this, which we're not going to focus on in this first and second week, unless you've used GitHub before, is to actually clone the repo. I'll show you quickly how to do this, but it's not something you're expected to do in this first week. So what you do is git clone of the repo. Okay, so it already exists. So I'll make here another directory temp and git clone the repo. And it still exists. Oh, cd temp, okay. And again, one more time, git clone the repo. So this is not a formal description on how to use Git and GitHub and to clone things, but the process we're doing here is we're actually creating a local clone of this course repo, and that is the nice and correct way to actually download the files. Okay, but you'll get to that in week 2 or 3 of the course. Okay, and at this point I would have all those files, but I would also be able to pull updates from the GitHub repo and also to try and push if I would like, based on my needs. But we're not doing that. Now let me just show you a third way, just so you're aware of it. So let's go back here to the course website, and in this case, let me just do it for a different file, not for this Practical A basic tools. We could have done it for this, but let's actually go here to Big Homework. And Big Homework has these 4 submission notebooks, 1, 2, 3, and 4 with Roman numerals. Let's go to the first one. And that is also a .ipynb file. So it's also a Jupyter notebook. So it should be downloaded just like the Practical. Now, again, I already got these when I pulled the zip, well, when I downloaded the zip file and unzipped, or I would have gotten this by cloning. But I can also do it in a different way. What I can do, every file in GitHub has this raw button. Okay, so every file that you go to has a raw button. And if you hit raw, what you see is the actual source for the file. Now, this is what Jupyter Notebooks look like under the hood. They're actually formatted as text. This type of text is called JSON, JavaScript Object Notation. You'll learn about it more in the course, okay? But the point is that this is text. So once this appears in this raw textual format, that's the actual file that we would like. And now I can do file page save as, and let me, for example, go to downloads. And the thing is, it's important to not save it with a .txt suffix, but actually keep the .ipynb, and here it is. Okay, so that's one way to download an individual file. This would not work if your file is binary, but that's not relevant for our case. And typically in GitHub, we do not like to keep binary files. Okay, now just to complete this, let's actually go to and run Julia and run Jupyter. So using iJulia and run Jupyter. And that is one way to launch Jupyter. There are different ways as well. Okay. And I am now in this, for example, in the downloads folder, I can go and I can open this practical, and here's the first practical, and it's running for me on Jupyter, and then you're ready to go. So once you've downloaded the file, see also that your practical is connected to the right kernel. You can change the kernel if you need to 1.73, and then you can do something such as running 1+1 init, shift enter, and you'll do this in the practicals, and Julia has just run in Jupyter. So you'll see more of this in the practicals. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.